comprehension. Look, I know it's like it's a little more compact. You can kind of see what's going on. And guess what? It's not as much of a problem when it comes to recursion because you won't have any stack overflows. So check this out. Let's use the list LC, and then we'll do, wait, we'll hold on. We'll do print or rec, we'll call the recursion. And then we'll do the same thing below here. And then we'll say this is like list comprehension. And then we'll do like LC. Is that going to work, you guys? Boom. Oh, wait, it did something different. We have to summit. We have to summit. I think we have to do something like this, right? Sum, right? Like that. Okay. That's going to be better. 10, because we didn't, it's a different, we saw an algorithm difference, didn't we? We see an algorithm difference. But I like list comprehension better. But you can basically see it does the same thing. You just got to play with the numbers a little bit. D equals 0 for I in range 1 in. Oh, let's try it. Let's print C. Getting started. We started off with recursion because I said I don't like recursion. I mean, it's fun. It's satisfying. It's neat. Don't get me wrong. It's inspiring. Recursion seems really powerful. It's just that there's better ways to do it. Like, see, Wolf's has a recommendation here using mutability, using mutability. There's another way using list comprehension where you don't have to use mutability. You could just directly do a sum on a list, right? So here's the immutable approach, right? This is immutable versus mutable, right? Like it approach, which means that you create data without mutation in memory. This is what it means, you guys. This is what it means. Someone was asking for the while loop. Let's do the while loop version of it, right? We want to do the while loop? Okay. It's very similar to the range, but we could do it. It requires an if statement with some flow control, right? Some flow control. All right, let's do the while loop version. All right, let's do it. We'll do while loop version. While with the loop. There we go. So we do def the while L, yeah. And so that's actually it. So it's also mutable. And then while n is greater, so we need to subtract n and return C. Okay. So but C is going to be incremented. There we go. This is actually a really good one. This is a really good one, you guys. This is a great one. So let's do that. We'll go down here. We'll copy and paste this, paste that, boom, right there. We'll call this the while option. The while. Here we go. We'll copy and paste that over here, and we'll jump over here, and then we'll see if it works. We'll see if it works, you guys. I'm just the while version. So we got a while loop here, and then we've got a variable C, which is mutable. Manish, do you have the switch case in the Python? Yes, we do. There are some built-in functions. String listing, map. Map is one of my, if you're talking about, if you ever have a favorite function, map is number one. I love map. It is my favorite function, and map exists in every language, basically. We could even use the map version. Let's do that. All right, that's what we're going to do today. We're just going to do iterations. We're doing iterations today. We had all this ambition, but we're going to do the map version. We're going to do the map version, def map v, and here we go. Look at that. Look at the map version. Isn't that so clean? Oh, it's so clean. I love maps so much good. It's so good. All right, we also need to print out the map version here. Let's do that as well. All right, the map version. Yep, you got it. Boom. Get rid of that. Go. Let's run this. Let's run that. Check it out. Actually, we should do another print. We should do like this. Let's do this. So that way we can see it a little bit better. We can read it better on the screen. Let's do it like that. There we go. Okay, we got some questions here, you guys. Can you please implement map? There we go. Yep, we did. Manish, we did. Map is so good. It's so good. It is look, if you compare everything, all the different options on the list, which one do you think is the cleanest? The cleanest of all of them. We're going to look at them here in a sec. Can you explain why the switch case is ever beneficial over the if statements? Because if, else, if versus switch, they're the same. They're exactly the same. Are there any differences? Let's try. I don't know. Well, here's the deal. It's more concise, right? Switch statements are more concise. Map. Oh, is the number one best function ever. Map. If you guys don't know map, definitely. It is so clean. All this is doing is it's just an example. It's just an example. I think we don't even need map here. To be honest, it's not really a good use case for map. You don't really need map here, but it's still a clean option. I think it's pretty clean, you guys. If else ladder gets a bit indented. Oh, indentation. So when it comes to code quality, code readability, and code maintainability, you want to use the least amount of indentation and the least amount of keystrokes as possible. Switch statements are great if you're going to have a pretty long list of things to check. And else if is just extra. It's just more, right? It's just a lot more. It's just extra. When you're switch casing, it's just easier. Plus, a switch case can also have a default, and you can break. You can have breaks, but you don't have to break at certain points. And so you can have a whole bunch of cases that run the same code. You can have a whole bunch of cases that run the same code. So how do we do a switch? We do a switch statement. Switch example in Python. How do we do that? Let's do it. Switch statement example in Python. Switch. Can we do it? There is a way to do switch. How do we do switch in Python? I don't use it very often. Switch. Switch. I can spell things. Switch in Python. How do we do it? Okay. Check it out. Okay, it's match. It's called match. Okay, so this is actually kind of interesting because in Rust, it's the same thing as match, and you've got these cases. So you've got these match cases, but it's really cool because you can do things. So match, and then you give your and you only have to type the variable once, right? What is far more clean. It's far more clean. There's less code involved, you guys. Less code. So this is better. It's better if you have a lot of cases like this. It reduces your code. It makes it easier to read, and it's a lot better. Because otherwise, you'd have to write, you have to do something different. So let's copy paste that really quick. We'll have to copy paste that. Python doesn't have a switch statement. It does. You're right, Joseph. It has a match statement. It's got a match statement. So check this out. Set paste it. Here we go. Set no paste. Okay. So for example, here's the match version. I'm just gonna get rid of that, unindent it here. This is the match statement. Guess what? The else if statement is different. So check this out. Else if, here we go. You have to say this. Like look how much you have to type here. There's a lot of extra typing, and see how it's repeating. See how you constantly have to repeat the status code? So it basically, you can map. So check this out. We'll open the Python repo real quick. Python. You can say map and then you have your function here, which I think you can say lambda in, and then you say n plus 1, and then you say comment, and you say list 1, 2, 3, and then this should return us a list that's incremented by 1 for each of these elements. It didn't. Wait, what? Wait, hold on. Why didn't that? What do you mean map object? Hold on. Wait. I know Python. I'm pretending like I know Python. Okay, so why didn't that? Why? Oh, wait. Print maybe? What is it? What is that? It's just printing the map. Wait. What? Hold on. We'll figure this out in a sec here. Why is this not working? Why is this not doing what I want it to do? All right. Why is that not doing what I want it to do? I don't understand. What does map do? Okay, we'll show you here in a sec. It's basically like, it's a clean way to do a loop. And it works off of lists. So it's just a nice, clean way to do a loop on lists. It's just really, really nice from that perspective. Here's what we're going to do. A equals that. So we can say A is a map object. What do you mean it's a map object? What do you mean? What is this? Why is it doing that? I don't understand. There's something weird there. Why is this not printing out what I want? All right, let me get to some of the chat messages. Switch also calculates which case to jump. Oh, it's pretty interesting. Jack or Jace Bryant. Excellent. Okay. Where have you worked in your career? A lot of different places, a lot of different companies. Right now at PubNub. Naughty Nova Music. Right now at PubNub. We're right now at PubNub. Here we go. PubNub.com. Here we go. This is where we're at right now. We're at PubNub. That's where we are. Where have you worked in your career? There, Python doesn't even have a switch statement. You're right. I usually see switch statements. Ryan Spivey used most when enumerating is being used. Yep, that's in enumeration. Yep, enums. enums, you guys. It's called enums. Those match statements. There is no switch. Dude, you're teaching people. I know, Joseph, there is a switch, but it's like, it's similar to switch. This is very similar to switch. Check this out. Right? So you've got this match statement. It's very similar to switch. Very similar. It does basically the same thing. Basically the same thing, you guys. It's very similar because you could also have these other cases, right? So basically of this, you can say case 555, and then you can say case 544, 43, things like this. And then you can, right, like, and then you can have it. This is also valid syntax. This is valid syntax here. There you go. There you go, valid syntax, and it will match all these cases and only return like unknown status. Like you can do this too. You can do something like this too. And the same thing goes for switch statements. Switch and match statements in this case are exactly the same. Joseph, yeah, you're trying. I know, Joseph. There's a match case. There is match, but it is very similar. Oh, Ryan, Scala uses match too. Match is pretty cool. I like it. I'm actually kind of curious why they call it match versus switch. Maybe match is maybe more accurate of a word. It's like more of a concise word than switch, right? Match is a little bit better. I think match is a little bit better. It has in 3.9, pretty sure it is. Yep. Can we use conditional expressions instead of the if else? In a match statement? See, I think I'm not sure. So I think once you get into the else if, and you do conditional statements, this is when you want to really be using the else if tree like this. If you want to do things like, is greater than, right? Like things like that, or greater than this. And you want to have extra ranges of things. This is better. Or you could use the switch statement to cover specific cases, like an enumeration. Someone was saying enumeration earlier, you guys. Enumeration. Imagine if instead you used return status code in a status message. This code simply is brutal. It would be. That could be overwhelming. It could definitely be overwhelming. Ryan, here we go, Ryan. Why would you just return status code Joseph? That would leave all the fail cases in the middle. We'll do a map. We'll do map. We'll do map, and we'll do lambda, and we'll say n+1, right? Lambda. Wait. Hold on a second. What was this? There we go. Lambda n. And we say n+1. And then we say comma a. There we go. So there's b. And then we can, now we've got a, and then we've got b. But b is an iterable. So I think maybe we can say enumerate b. Can we do that? Wait, no, that doesn't. I want so list B. Someone was saying list before. Maybe we can do list B. Does list B work? It does. Whoa, who said that before? All right, so here we go. So this is map. So basically, you've got your list A. So you've got your list A, which is 1, 2, 3, and then you've got your and then you can enumerate or basically map. You map over the list A, right? Because you've got A right here. You've got A right here. Right, you've got A, and then you can do something to it. So we can say add 10, right? Or we can say multiply by 10. There we go. Let's do multiply by 10. And then you can get the results like this. So you can see A and 10, right? We multiplied by 10. So it's like just a clean way to iterate over a list and return the list. So we had a whole bunch of different iterations here. We did the map iteration. We did the while loop iteration. We did the sum with a range, which I actually like this approach. This is really great. This is clean as well. So like this would go in my top. This is my top favorites, right? Top favorites. Obviously, this is just, these two are basically the same. They're basically the same, and I shoehorned map in there just to give you like a weird little example of map. But using map, you can basically, it's just turning that range into an int. But this is a lot of iterations and a lot of different kinds of iterations. We did some recursion. We did some list comprehension. We did Wolf's while loop, right? I think Wolf's, where was it? Here it is. Here's your Wolf's approach, where you did a range. Oh, you did 4i in. It's a 4i in. So we did iterations with 4i in, right? With a range. So you did it like this. So we see Wolf's here. We see Wolf's output right here. There you go. There's some Wolf's output on the screen. And then we did, what else? We did the while loop. Yeah, so that's basically the majority of the recursion, you guys. We covered recursion in Python today. I think we have the title for our video, don't we? I'll just do it in Java. You'll just do Java? Oh no, no, Chaitan, no. Don't do it in Java. Don't do Java. No. Not for embedded. Definitely not for embedded. For embedded IoT devices that have microcontrollers that have minimal resources, Java is a bit too heavyweight. It's a bit too heavy. We went through Python today. We went through a whole bunch of iterations. We wanted to cover iterations. So we did lists and loops and recursions and the map function and the range and then the for method, the for loops and the while loops, you guys. We did it. Dario